Many people have asked me, why Humany? Why do we need a Humany mindset? Well, my answer is pretty straightforward. Across the globe, we live in divided societies and cultures. We have too many Karens espousing verbal abuse at people of color, too many passengers yelling at fellow travelers and airline staff, often using very brutal words of hate. We have too many cable anchors ridiculing and mocking one another in search for higher ratings and revenues. And our social media feeds are full of anger erupting in airplanes and in airports, fights between fans at sporting events, increased instances of road rage, and way too much drama in the workplace. For an example, research study I read recently showed that 90% of customer service workers surveyed said they had experienced increased customer abuse, including being yelled at, swearing by patrons, or threats of violence from customers. Totally unacceptable. There's a dearth of respect in today's society. People feel free to walk up to others, even women and children, and scream in their faces. Minor slights are quickly turned into verbal and physical altercations. Parents abuse umpires and referees at their children's sporting events. And very few people are seen modeling respect in public or in our workplaces. We also see way too many people blasting others on social media for holding views contrary to their own. Anyone now can become a keyboard warrior, spouting hatred, ridicule, left and right, doesn't matter. It seems like the whole world is shouting, but no one is listening. Emotion-laden verbiage and labels are spewed, overwhelming any attempts at rational discussions or discourse. Quite frankly, we have become numb to violence, gratuitous sex, anger, self-centeredness that excessively dominate our screens. Hollywood has taught us that taking the law into our own hands is righteous. We've become used to politicians and news anchors, athletes, sports coaches, media personalities, and even celebrities showing us that it's okay to publicly belittle and demean others, as this is good for ratings and advertising revenues. Snarky reigns over thoughtfulness. Meanness gets more attention than kindness. And empathy for those outside our inner circles is deemed worthless and a weakness. Sad state of affairs. Too many people are spring-loaded and pissed off, willing to rail at anything or anyone that they don't agree with or find to be in their way. Too many people are focused on putting others down rather than pulling them up. Complain, criticize, condemn, and move on. It's much easier to denounce what we do not like than to take considered actions in finding solutions. Physical altercations are commonly and easily spread through videos on social media, and not just at work or sports stadiums. Even Disney World, supposedly the happiest place on earth, has seen its share of fights between visitors and confrontations between guests and park staff. Yet, and this is where I'm hopeful, one lesson from the pandemic is that people want greater human connection, better human connections, connections that are positive, robust, engaging, and fulfilling. We need more harmony in our lives, in our families, in our friendships, in schools, in our communities and workplaces. To achieve this, we need individual and collective mindset changes. One that moves from what's in it for me, WIIFM, what's in it for me, to what is the emotional weight I create in my interactions with others. So humany is a word I created comprising human, humanity, and harmony. And I define it as the practice of treating all human beings with peacefulness, compassion, kindness, and respect. And by combining three words, human, humanity, and harmony, Humany reflects our need to build and live lives of connection, well-being, and harmony. Humany means approaching life with a desire to make the journey of life better for ourselves and for others. A Humany mindset helps to ensure that all our personal interactions and individual actions are based on kindness, compassion, peace, and respect. and by accepting all others for who they truly are. So the premise of a Humany Mindset is simple. Approaching all decisions in life and all interactions with others from a place of, again, compassion, kindness, peace, and respect is the best expression of our agency to create a better world for our children and grandchildren to inherit. Now, each of us has the agency to create a better world for our children and grandchildren to inherit. The willingness to use this agency is tied to our respective mindsets. But exercising our agency leads to greater self-satisfaction and what Maslow called self-actualization, and also fewer regrets at death. So remember, kindness is free. So is compassion and peace and respect. So let's pass these along daily or many times a day, because the world needs more harmony. The world needs more kindness and understanding. The world needs less divisiveness, anger, and separation. So together, we can restore our humanity one interaction at a time, each and every one of us. To create a better world for our children and grandchildren to inherit, we must become better people, better human beings, humans who exude kindness, compassion, and peace with one another, humans who display respect and acceptance for one another, humans who will bring harmony to our lives, our communities, our schools, playgrounds, and workplaces. In short, humans who have adopted and inculcated a Humany mindset. Thanks for listening. Please share your comments and thoughts below. To know more about the Humany mindset concept and the various elements it comprises, please buy the book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and Kindle formats, and in early February will become available as an audiobook. So it's Humany Mindset, Humany, Humony, Humany Mindset, change the world by changing your mindset. And speaking of changing the world, if you'd like to help spread the Humany Mindset concept to your communities and workplaces, schools, playgrounds, your neighborhoods, please get in touch with me. Please email me, Stephen@humanymindset.com. I'd be happy to talk with you about how we can make the world a better place for our children and our grandchildren to inherit. So as we close off, please follow Humany Mindset on Instagram. So that's @Humany Mindset. And if you haven't already done so, kindly subscribe to the Humany Mindset channel here on YouTube.